If you do answer questions, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time and consult with a lawyer, okay? Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you could just sign where it says signature, and by signing there, you're just acknowledging that I went over your rights with you and that you do understand your rights. Okay. This is Brevard County, right?
Right.
Yes.
I'm using 1,500 more.
Okay. Just going to get some basic info from you first, if we could. And what's your birthday? Okay. And what's your current home address? You have a cell phone? Okay. Where do you currently work at? How long you been working for them? How long you been working for them? Are you from this area originally, or?
You a Vikings fan?
I was, and then when I lived in California, I was a 49ers fan, and now I'm a Bucks fan. And the Jaguars.
Yeah, none of us are Jaguar fans. No, there are no such thing.
Anybody who plays the Dolphins.
Okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. Obviously, I just kind of want to talk to you about what occurred last night up in Jacksonville. But I'd like to kind of back up to, when did you come to Jacksonville?
Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving Day, okay. And what was the reason you came to Jacksonville?
My son was getting married on Friday.
Oh, okay. He was getting married on Friday?
Yeah, and we have a small dog that we were going to travel with, and the check-in time was right around the time of the wedding on Friday, so we thought we'd go up early on Thursday just to be there already.
Okay. What time was so you came up Thursday. Where were y'all staying?
We were staying at the Sheraton.
Okay. Do you remember where?
Deerfield, but
Sheridan off Deerfield?
Yes.
Okay. Friday, just, what time was the wedding at?
4.
4? Okay. So during the day, you're just getting prepped up for that, getting ready for that. Where's the wedding at?
Is there Orange Park? Is that someplace close by?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Orange Park. An old house,
an old house,
70s house, right on the
water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice ceremony.
Okay. About how long do you stay there?
I don't know, but we were on our way back to the hotel when we stopped at that store.
Okay. And let me back up for a second, just back to today. Let me just so I can verify a couple. Are you under any? Do you take any prescriptions or anything like that? Any kind of?
I do, but it's anti-inflammatory for my lower back.
Lower back pain. Okay. You never been diagnosed with any kind of mental health issues
No,
or anything like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I hold the CWP. I've been on private pilots. I'm good upstairs.
Okay.
I'm a computer programmer.
Okay. Any alcohol or drugs today?
No, sir.
Okay. Just have to make sure, just kind of want to make sure you and I can just make sure we're having a lucid conversation is all.
I don't have much sleep.
You don't have to tell us.
Reading the news reports, what the aftermath was, I didn't sleep very well last night.
Okay. Well, I can understand that. I can understand.
We haven't had any either.
So, yeah, we're right there. We're right there with you. Okay, so you go to the wedding, and you guys are headed back to the hotel. Do you remember the route you were coming? Do you know the name of the roads that you were on, or?
Now my phone.
You just follow the directions on the phone? Okay. And you decided...
95, get off on wherever to...
95 up to probably Bay Meadows.
That sounds familiar.
And then hang a left on South Side, I think, or you keep going on Bay Meadows, I'm trying to remember.
I think we, whatever road we were on, we went straight until we turned down to Deerfield.
Okay, okay. So you pull into the gas station. Okay, what was the purpose of stopping at the gas station? So just kind of walk me through, just tell me from your point of view, what you guys pull up, you're driving, it's your car, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're driving?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's a Volkswagen, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. She's sitting in the passenger seat, no one else in the car with you, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Just kind of walk me through kind of what happened at that point.
Well, I'm embarrassed to say this, but got out, she's in the store, and there's like a SUV next to us, and then the music starts. And I roll down my window, and I thought I was polite. I asked them nicely. I didn't demand. I didn't. Or else I said, hey, would you guys mind turning that down? And they shut it off. I was like, thank you. Cordial.
Right.
Everything's cordial. I put my window back up. I'm doing my stuff. And I don't know how many kids are in that, but the windows are down for the back seat. The windows are up for the front seat.
Okay.
And the guy that was in the back is getting really agitated. And my window's up. I can't hear everything he's saying, but, you know, there's a lot of fuck him and fuck that and fuck that bitch. And then the music comes back on. And, you know, I'm just like, live and let live, and you know, don't need any trouble. And I don't know if they're singing or what, but it's like they're saying, kill him. So I put my window down again, and I said, excuse me, are you talking about me? And it was like, kill that bitch. And you know, I'm still not reacting, but then this guy like goes down on the ground and comes up with something. I thought it was a shotgun, and he goes, "You're dead, bitch!" And he opens his door, and I'm shitting bricks. But that's when I reached in my glove box, unholstered my pistol. I mean, I practiced this. I'm at the Fort Malabar Rifle and Pistol Range. I'm an avid, you know, gun guy and all that. No military training or anything, but I have friends who are in the military that show me the
proper way.
Yes, and so quicker in the flash, I had a round chambered in it, and I shot.
Okay. Do you remember how many times you shot?
4.
Okay. Okay, just keep walking me through kind of what you remember.
I shot 4 times, and that SUV pulled out, and like I said, in my mind, they got a gun. And so, you know, not training, just from, I was still scared. And so I shot 4 more times. As they were fleeing.
As they were fleeing?
Yeah, trying to keep their heads down to not catch any return fire.
Okay. All right, and then...
And that was it. I mean, I still didn't feel safe. I thought, you know, there was another car. I didn't know. I mean, I'm in a strange town, in a strange area. I just had my life threatened. The love of my life is in the store. And she doesn't know what's going on. She come outside to see what was up. And I was just like, get in the car. We have to go. I just didn't feel safe there. In fact, we had plans, in fact, a fairly expensive bed and breakfast paid for in St. Augustine. And, you know, after what happened last night, and we were like, we have to go home and call the local sheriff and tell him what's up.
Well, where'd you go after
we went right to our room.
You went right to the hotel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't leave. We were just like
in the hotel
shitting
room?
bricks waiting for another carload of thugs to come. I mean, I'd never been so scared in my life for somebody to be, you know, I thought they were singing, like, you're going to die, bitch. I thought that, you know, and then it's getting a little louder. That's when I put my window down and was like, you talking about me? And then she's like, you're dead. You're dead, bitch.
Okay.
So I went over this a million times, and what I should have done is put the car in reverse. But a shotgun come up or whatever, it was fight or flight. I don't think there was any time for flight at that moment. I was going to get shot.
Okay. So they pull out, as you said, you shoot to kind of keep their heads down as they're pulling out. Is that kind of your intention? That's your thought process.
They have a shotgun aimed at me, and
okay.
I don't want them shooting it.
Okay. And then gets in the car, you guys leave and drive and go back to the hotel room. Okay. And you guys just stayed in the hotel room at that point? Did you go anywhere else?
No, we ordered out. We got pizza.
Pizza. And what time did you check out this morning?
8, I think. When you called earlier this morning, we had just got home, and I unpacked our few bags, and our neighbor just down the way is a real good friend of ours, and he's in the government in some capacity. Well, he's in law enforcement. I don't know which branch.
Right.
But we were going to go, talk to him, and like, do you know anybody in the sheriff's department that we could talk to? Because, I didn't want it to happen the way it did. The way it did is sheriff came with AR-15s, and so I was trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
And, I was like, I give up. But that's where you called when I was out the door to go.
Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know at the time that they had actually been, they were actually responding before I even got on the phone to them. So when you and I were talking, unbeknownst to me, they were already alerted to your presence there. So.
Well, maybe my neighbor. Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, because, I told me.
Right. That's why I said I was being honest with you when I said I'll give you 5 minutes to, kind of, like you said I'll be out the door in 5 minutes. I said, okay. The gun, is it your gun?
Yes, it's a gun I've had since like 1990.
Okay, what kind is it?
It's a Taurus, PT-92.
Okay, you know what caliber?
9mm.
9mm? Do you normally keep it in your glove box?
Always.
Always in your glove box? And you said you kept it holstered?
Yeah, it's a holster that's for inside the waistband, but I'm a little heavy. I used to carry it, but I'm too heavy.
So now you just keep it in the glove box?
I just keep it in the glove box.
Okay. Where is that gun now?
It's in my glove box.
It's still in the glove box. Okay. In your car. And your car is at your residence currently, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many, do you normally keep it fully loaded? Okay, you keep it fully loaded but not chambered. You had to chamber it?
I don't. My military friends think I'm an idiot, but I just don't.
Okay, no, that's what I'm saying. You normally don't keep it chambered. You knew you had to rack one to put one in the chamber. Okay.
Yes, it's a practice.
Right.
Maneuver.
Right.
Well.
No, I know. I'm aware. I know. I know you're in a strange town, and you had this traumatic event happen to you, and I can understand that. Okay. The problem, I can tell you, where we start to kind of get a little wondering is by the time you say you get to your hotel room, you're calling to order pizza. Why aren't you calling us?
I wanted to come back to my hometown to do that, and our dog and everybody were where they needed to be. I didn't want to bring a shitstorm down on them in Jacksonville.
Okay. Well, I mean, it wouldn't. They haven't. I mean, they're not anything to be worried about. She hasn't.
True.
It's not like, she's there.
Yeah.
There's nothing she did wrong.
I was, I shouldn't even left the scene, but I left the scene because I was still afraid for.
Okay, and I can live with that. Okay, I can live with that. You don't necessarily want to hang around right where the shooting happened because you don't know if these guys are coming back. I'm good with that.
Or if there are more.
But once you leave and you are away from that scene, and you've even gotten to a hotel room and inside your hotel room at that point, now it makes me wonder, because if you make a phone call, one, we find out, a lot quicker what's going on. Okay. The reason he and I haven't been to sleep since sometime yesterday is because we're trying to figure out, all we know is we got a dead kid in a car, okay, and we got a guy who shot and hauled ass. That's all we know. You see what I'm saying?
I do, and it's me to call you guys last night, and I was insistent on waiting until we got around people we knew.
Okay. I mean, I'm just, that's where we start to get a little concerned. It starts to be, you know, and we can speak that I personally have had a case with an individual who was moving to Jacksonville, first day in Jacksonville, and got involved in an incident and felt threatened and shot another person and was in their car, and he drove across the street to another parking lot and got on the phone with 911 immediately and started walking police into where he was. You know, that's the way I mean,
I have nothing to say other than
Some other problems that we have too. When you began to shoot, can you honestly tell us that you ever saw a gun inside that vehicle?
I saw a barrel come up on the window, like a single shot shotgun where there's a barrel. I didn't see this part of the barrel, I saw that part of the barrel. And it was either a barrel or a stick, but sir, they're like, we're gonna kill you. And then they say, you're dead, bitch. I mean, I didn't wait to look to see if they were gonna point it at me. He reached down and picked it up. And
you
then
say who reached down and picked it up?
Well, hopefully it's the guy that I hit. Though it was.
Where was he sitting when he reached
He
down
was sitting in the rear passenger side.
Okay.
And that's the guy that was really agitated. And then that's the guy that I asked, are you talking about you're going to kill me? Like I said, I didn't know what, you know. My window is up. He was saying a lot, but that's what came through. And I put my window down to ask him.
And the music is still playing at this time? And
Yes, but he is really loud and really animated.
Louder than the music that's bothering you?
Yes, well, the music was a nuisance at first. You know, with my car shut and the windows up, and you just hear the heavy bass. And like I said, I just said, hey, would you mind turning it down? And they did. They shut it off, which, I said thanks. But it really wasn't an issue of loud music. It was an issue of them threatening my life.
But it started from the music.
Absolutely, and, that's when I started
And the
telling you
music
guys
was
I'm
playing
embarrassed.
when you pulled up?
No, it was not.
It was not?
No, it wasn't. And got out of the car, and she'd been gone for a little bit. She wasn't in the store very long.
All right, shouldn't I say she's not in there very long.
Like we said, there's some issues that we have. I'll be the first to tell you there's no weapons in the car. I don't know what you saw.
That's possible. When they drove off, they dumped it.
They never left the parking lot.
Yeah, they drove out, circled right back around, and came right back to that spot.
Oh, okay, because
They circled around until they saw you leave, and then they drove right back. Because they saw you leave at that
They saw
point.
you leave and they realized their friend had been hit. So they never left the parking
And they
lot.
came right back at that point.
okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Here's what has to happen. And I know that from your position right now that you're going to do everything to protect yourself. And I can't say that I blame you for that. But we're going to need the total truth as to what happened. Not this story that I've had from 7:30 last night till 12 o'clock today to fix up. Okay, because the only thing that's going to make sense to us is the truth matching the scene. And there was the biggest problem we got, the first hurdle we got to get over is that there's no weapon in that truck.
Do you have a stick? Because he stuck something up.
I'll double check it. I don't recall seeing anything like that, really. But I'll double check it. I'll look again. But we, you know, obviously our main thing is when we're going through, we're looking for any kind of weapons, any kind of evidence of a weapon, shell casing,
Well, the
bullets.
second problem we have is that the last set of rounds, when the truck is backing away from you, and you put 4 more sets in it, 4 more shots into it, that's an issue. Because now, if it's backing away, it's no longer a threat.
Yes, sir, I understand that. In my mind, they had a weapon.
Okay. I can't shoot someone because in my mind they had a weapon.
Okay.
That's the problem. I mean, if I walked up to someone right now and I'm having a confrontation with them and I think they have a weapon, the law doesn't allow me to shoot him because I think he has a weapon. I think you would have a hard time arguing with your statute versus any one of them that they could get out and beat you up.
Well, there's 4 of them.
Even the 4 of them. I think you would have a hard time arguing that the 4 of them could have done anything to you.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this: how were you when you pulled your gun out? Say you're sitting in your driver's seat like that, straight ahead. How did you shoot? Did you shoot one-handed? Did you shoot two-handed?
Two-handed, like that.
Two-handed, like this. You come across your body. Okay, and you shoot the first, what you said, 4 shots is what you remember, and then they start backing out. Do you continue to shoot through the window, or do you reposition yourself?
I don't recall, but I do remember getting out of my car and taking, like, getting sideways, and I was, like, waiting for the wink, or...
But once again...
all this is...
Okay. Once again, if you think they have something, think they have a shotgun.
They had a shotgun.
You think they have a shotgun. Are you going to get out of your car so they can get a good aim on you? Make any sense?
Well, at the time, I was doing everything on adrenaline and no...
But I'm just saying, we're trained to, if we think something is there, to get out of the way.
To get out of the way.
Cover or concealment. So you're telling me that you thought they had a shotgun, but you got out of your car so that they would get a good aim at you, is what you're telling me.
Well, I thought maybe they would shoot at the car and I wouldn't be in it.
But your car's not shooting at them. You are. Why would they shoot at your car?
Shadow, they can't. So, honestly, sir, I'm at a loss to justify what I did on the second volley,
right,
other than to say I thought they were going to be shooting back, and I was keeping them from doing that. And I was in such a panic. Fear for my life, for the love of my life. That I didn't, you know, after...
Fear for the love of your life, what had they done?
Well, had they been out of their truck doing whatever to me when she came out, they would have, I just assumed...
So once again, we're acting off assumptions.
Because they weren't out of their truck.
They were not out of their truck.
The guy was coming out of his truck.
Yeah, the driver had gone in the store.
No, the guy that I was talking to, the one that I shot, he was coming out of his truck. That's when he said, "You're dead, bitch," and opened the door.
Okay, and at that point were you shot?
That's the point where I went and grabbed my gun.
Okay.
Because I did, you know, everything's fine. They're just talking, and then all of a sudden...
So you get the gun, rack it, and then reassess?
No, I didn't reassess.
So you went, grabbed gun, rack, came up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you see him start to come out of the door of the truck. At that point, you turn to get your gun. Is that correct? You take it out of your glove box. You unholster it. You rack around, and you come back up on target.
Yes, sir. Fluid motion.
Okay. In the amount of time he's starting to get out of the truck when you first start to go get your... But yet, by the time you come back and start shooting, he's still in the truck.
He's coming out. I think he saw what I was doing when it was running back in. I don't know. But
see, that's where I'm a little thrown off here. Okay. Because he is sitting in the back seat of that truck when he is hit. Okay? Because the bullet goes right through the door. 3 bullets went through that door. Okay? He wasn't hit standing outside the truck.
Oh no, I know I shot through the door,
Okay, so
driving him back.
How's he getting out of the door if you're shooting through it? You're confusing us.
All right. When the latch is coming off the door, that's when I went to do what I was doing with the gun. And when I came back, I'm firing.
When the latch is coming off the door?
No, when I got my gun out of the...
When you said earlier about when you see the latch, what do you mean by the latch coming?
Well, the door's opening, and he's stepping out.
Okay, and he's stepping out.
Yes, and then
And you go and reach, but by the time you come back and come up just blazing, somehow he's still sitting in the truck.
Well, maybe I'm not as fast with the whole thing as I think I am, but it was...
Or maybe he wasn't getting out of the truck.
No, absolutely he was.
Here's the other problem we have. The guy in the front seat, the front passenger seat, he sees you.
He has a perfect view of the whole thing.
Right.
His window's up.
He sees you getting the gun. So why would he let his friend get out of the truck when he sees you getting the gun?
Pardon?
Why would he allow the victim to be getting out of the truck when he already...
I have no idea. I mean, I think the guy in the front was the reason.
We also know that it was 7:30, 7:45 p.m. and the Gates gas station has several customers in the parking lot and everywhere. And we've interviewed several people. This is the very first time that anyone has told us about anyone getting out of a truck.
Okay. And here's where I would have a question too is, you're saying you feel like you have a threat that this guy's got a shotgun in your view. Okay, so you think he's getting out of the car. Okay, so you turn to get yours. If he's unarmed, which he is, why is he going to be...
I don't know, maybe
now
he thinks I'm unarmed. The sad fact of it is he's telling me he's going to kill me. You're dead, bitch.
Because you asked him to turn the radio down?
See, that's the part where I don't understand.
And you know what? And I'll tell you...
They were getting really agitated.
I understand it, because believe me, we deal with guys who you ask them to turn their radio down, they would get out of the car and shoot you. We deal with those kind of dudes all the time.
Here's what I can almost bet you a year of my salary on. When you got into a confrontation with those guys, a man of your stature, if there was a gun in that truck, they would have shot you. They wouldn't have had to get out. They would have shot right through. They would have shot from the truck just like you were shooting from your car.
Because you guys are, I mean, you're directly next to
They
each
have
other.
the beam on you. The truck is actually higher than your car.
I'm in front with the front passenger.
And we can tell you another thing from working murders in Jacksonville. People don't get out of the car to be seen when they're shooting someone. They're going to shoot you right side of that truck.
All right. He's getting out of his car. We're this close to each other. He was getting out of his car after repeatedly telling me that he was going to kill me. So, is he going to bite my ear off or shoot me with a shotgun? I wasn't too concerned about how he intended to do it.
Now, and I'll tell you this. We talked to the other guys in the car, and they will all admit, they will all tell us, that was his name, he said, yep, didn't like the fact he told him to turn the music down. He wasn't happy about that. He didn't like the fact that some stranger's telling him to turn his music down. He's 17, he's a teenager. Okay? You know what teenagers are. They're a little hard-headed sometimes, especially when they're out on their own. And did he throw some F-bombs at you? Basically tell you to go fuck yourself multiple times? Absolutely. They said, yep, he was jaw-jacking back and forth with that guy. But at no time did any of them say, well, okay, he did say he was going to kill him. Because it makes no sense, because what's he going to do? He's not armed. What's he going to, I'm going to kill you and get out of a car. And we're talking about a kid. You know how many times that kid's been to jail? Never. He has no history of violence, and it's not like we're getting some street thug.
All the thing this kid has is a truancy in school.
We're not talking about a violent kid here. He has no track record. There are guys in Jacksonville who I'd go, okay, I believe that, because they got track records. This kid ain't got no track record. The kid sitting next to him doesn't have a track record. The kid sitting in front of him doesn't have a track record. None of them do. The driver's got a little bit. Stole a car when he was younger. That's it. These aren't violent guys. They pull up so the driver can run in and buy cigarettes. It's the only reason they're even there. They just got back from going to the mall. That's it. So I have a hard time buying how I can totally see him talking shit to you. I can see that. But to take it to a level that he's threatening to end your life when he can't. There's no way he can. He doesn't have anything.
I didn't know that.
I know. That's all the reason that you're not knowing that is all the reason why you took your next step too far.
Yeah, the problem is you went from 0 to 100 without ever getting to 50.
I have a guy very irate saying he wants me dead. Well, if the other guys aren't corroborating, I'm sorry, but that's what he's
understand
saying.
too, there's people in the parking lot that can hear what's going on too.
Not one of them. We have what's called independent witnesses.
Yeah, not associated.
I understand. I wasn't sure that I heard him right. That's why are you, is this directed towards me? You're going to kill me?
And that happens to be an exact quote of, are you talking to me? That was an exact quote. Guys with the truck said. He said something to the effect of, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
So that's dead on. Yeah, he was talking to you. He's basically telling you to go fuck yourself, and I'm going to turn the music back up.
Yeah, no, the music was already up, and he's talking, kill the guy.
I just can't understand, if the music is up to the point where you're asking them to turn it down, how can you also hear the conversation that they're having? It's not making any sense.
He's livid. He's not talking. He's yelling. And my window's up and I can hear him. I'm not making out all the words. But then I hear, kill that son of a bitch, or kill that motherfucker, I think is what he was saying.
How do you know it was him saying it?
Well, when I put the window down and I asked him, he said the same thing. Yeah, kill a motherfucker. And then when he was opening his door, that's when he said, "You're dead, bitch." And, when you say he didn't have a weapon, he's on the ground, and you put something up on the thing and then gets out. I thought it was a shotgun. Or a stick, or, some kind of weapon, but he's confrontational and using words like, I'm going to kill you and you're dead. And I didn't know he's 17. I thought he was a full-grown man. I thought they all were. And in my mind, they're all going to get out of this truck and shoot me or beat me or
had that been the case, we would have a different argument. Had anyone been out of the truck, walking towards you in any type of threatening manner, we would have
we were parked right next to each other.
Yes.
So I know you were. There was no walking. It was him getting out and he was an arm reach from me.
But here, those cars are so close to each other, though. Him getting out, it's going to be hard for him to get out because he's back away from you. His door opens up. He's actually going to be shielding himself from where you are because you're closer up to the driver.
All these things you're saying are great, but I didn't analyze all these things. I got the shit scared out of me.
Oh, no.
And some guy's coming at me, telling me what he's going to do or wants to do. I reacted. I'm sitting here telling you guys I was in fear for my life. I honestly was. I have so much going on in my personal life. The last thing I want to do is be in trouble. I don't want to cause you guys a sleepless night. I don't want to lose my freedom.
This is what we do. Don't worry about that. This is what we do.
Well, I mean, the last thing I'm looking for is trouble. The last thing. I mean,
you don't think
I have
asking someone to turn their music down in a public place?
Absolutely, that was stupid of me. Around here, I don't think...
If you do process and elimination, had you not done that, then we wouldn't be here today, right?
Absolutely.
Running around.
Absolutely.
Do you think you overreacted?
Well, I think I got the shit scared out of me a little bit, and you know, if we want to say because somebody's dead, hell yes, that was.
Well, no, not even somebody who's dead. Let's say nobody even gets hit. You think you overreacted? What if you just hit the car a bunch of times and they drove off with a bunch of bullet holes in their car?
Sir, from where I was sitting, a shotgun was coming up at me, and so I don't want to sound like an asshole, but if it happened again tomorrow where a shotgun was coming up, I think I would do the same. I hope I would
and you know what,
not be
Mr.
afraid
Dunn?
to do the same.
If there was a shotgun coming up at you, we would expect you to do what you did. The problem that we have is that there is no shotgun. That's the bridge that we got to get across. You keep dwelling on the shotgun as if there was one at the scene. If there was a shotgun, a BB gun, any type of gun at the scene. Hell, if it was a water gun that was black that looked real at the scene.
Like I said, it was a barrel. It could have been just a stick, but, I mean, it was...
Could it have been your imagination?
Well, no. I mean, anything's possible, I guess, but him coming out of his car was not my imagination.
Okay.
And it was right after I saw that he started coming out of his car and saying, "You're dead, bitch."
When you went and grabbed your gun, racked it, and came back around, what were you shooting at? Did you acquire a target or did you just start shooting?
I shot at the door.
Which door? Which door?
The rear passenger.
You shot at his door?
Yes.
Okay.
What was the purpose of that?
Saved my life?
From the door?
No, he was coming out of his door, and then I guess he went back in it, but that's where he was
I just
prior.
Hypothetically, you and him exchanged words. He opened the door to go in the store to use the bathroom.
He wouldn't have said, "You're dead, bitch," and then...
I'm just saying.
Well, then I guess I would be in trouble if that was the case. But that's not what happened.
And
Yes, sir.
she's in the store the whole time.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So she's not privy to any of this. She doesn't
No,
see any of this.
She is livid.
She's basically standing at the counter, and all of a sudden she starts hearing gunshots. Okay.
So many gunshots and she leaves the wine on the counter.
Yeah, paid for it, and left the wine and chips. Didn't even take it with her. Because at that point, and is going out the door going something, basically calling your name.
She said that the first volley they heard, and then when I got out of the car, they said, "Oh, it's the guy in the black car," and she thought it was me, and you know, she told me this later. She goes, "I was telling them it's okay."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know that
there's
guy.
not a, you guys are safe.
Mm-hmm.
What guys were safe? It definitely wasn't the guys in the truck.
Well, the people inside the store.
Oh, yeah.
I feel really bad about the boys in the truck, you guys. I really do. If I could
And let me,
undo
I'll
this, I
let
would.
you in on just from doing our investigation. We are so lucky. Really, there should be 3 of those 4 should have been hit. 3 of those 4. You could have 3 dead guys right now. Okay. Luckily for the guy in the front seat, his door stopped the bullets. They entered the door, but they didn't go all the way in because the front door's got bullet holes in it. Okay. And there's another one you shot when you were doing the suppression fire, basically, to keep their heads down as they're driving away. You put one in the back of the car. There's several shots directly into the rear of the truck. And one of them comes zinging in through the back and goes right up and hits the sun visor where the driver is as he's driving out. Didn't miss his noggin by much. You know, so we could very easily have 3 victims at this point. Luckily, those guys didn't get hit or any way, shape, but they're all fine, except for the poor guy who's pretty much was dead right there. It didn't take him long; he was gone. You know, and I'm just letting you know, we're just, and like I said, we see a lot of scenarios, and we deal with threatening situations. I mean, it's not, you know, we deal with them all the time where somebody defends themselves. I mean, we do. And there are clear-cut cases where you go, yep, sure did, buddy. You know, you defended yourself. Have a nice day. You know.
But let me be the first to tell you.
This ain't one of them.
Not one of them.
Unfortunately, this is not one of them. Okay, because unfortunately, we have between the witnesses and the trial, and we even, yeah, they're friends of the guy in there, but they've got their perception of what's going on. But there's other people there who fill in blanks for us, who are independent. And we haven't had anybody even hint to us that he, one, was getting out of the car, two, that anybody heard any actual physical threats to anybody. There are some F-bombs getting dropped.
I'm going to kill that motherfucker. I mean, did they concentrate on the F-bomb and miss out on the verb?
I'm just telling you what people tell us. We ask them, what did you hear? Because I show up at a scene, and I don't know anything about what happened. We just start going, what did you see? What did you hear? Mm-hmm. What did you see? What did you hear? Because you might hear something different. You might hear something different, see something different. You know, everybody sees things through their own little, and believe me, we've done this long enough that other witnesses see things, can see the same thing, and totally get it wrong. You know, two different stories when you get it from them. That's why we try to talk to everybody out there.
Sure.
Give me a break real quick. I want to check my photographs and see if I can find what that is you're talking about, so I can show you and see if you can remember what it is that you think you saw him with. Okay? Because I got some photographs from in the car. I want to see if that's good with you. If we can try to figure out what it is you saw, so at least we're not guessing. Okay? Fair enough. I mean, I'm asking you, man.
I'm not real good with gore.
Oh, no. I'm not showing you any pictures like that. I'm not showing you any pictures like that. No. I'm just simply showing you things that are in the truck. No gore, no nothing like that. Okay, I don't do that. I'm not going to throw pictures of guys, the victim in front of you. It's not my style. Okay, I'm not here for that. But you're telling me you see something in the back. I'm just trying to see if I can figure out what it is you saw.
What I saw came up on, like, where his window's down, come up like this.
Okay.
Maybe sticking up like that. And their window's taller than mine. I can't see
They're a little above you.
the barrel. But it was something he picked up off the floor and set there. However, and then he's getting out.
Okay. Well, look, let me find it, and then that way we can clear up exactly what it is. So that way we're not guessing what we're talking about.
I'm not feeling so hot now that you guys are...
Unfortunately, we have that effect sometimes.
Well, I don't mean sick. I mean, I actually am starting to be sick to my stomach. I don't know how I can express to you guys that I was in fear for my life. Okay. I've never been so scared in my whole life. I've been mad, and my hands shake, but I was so afraid that I didn't have time to think. I only reacted, and I don't know how to.
And understand what I'm saying to you. I'm not there. Okay. You tell me that's what you're feeling. Okay. I take what you're telling me, but I also have to go with what the physical evidence of the scene tells me, and what other people tell me, because they interpret things differently also. Okay. Earlier you said that the last thing you needed right now is to get in trouble. With what's going on with your life that...
Oh no, my life is great.
Life is great.
What I'm got a place on the beach. I got a great job. I got a great girl. We just got a little puppy. I mean, I've got great friends.
Okay.
I have everything to look forward to, and there was nothing that would make me want to jeopardize that.
Okay.
There's no reason to want to even attempt to jeopardize what I have.
Okay.
Were you angry last night when all this happened?
Not at all. I just left my son's, my firstborn's wedding. We were in a great mood. We were going to get a bottle of wine and go drinking in the room.
Were you drinking at the wedding at all?
I had a toast and rum and Coke with the meal. But I wasn't drinking, if that's what you meant.
No, I'm just asking. Were you buzzing at all, or?
No, I'm real. I have a pilot's license, and they're real sour on DUIs. If I get a DUI, I had a DUI when I was in my early 20s, late teens, and that one incident is still haunting me to this day. In that I went to Canada, and I got like a ID check type thing, and they asked me if I'd been arrested. Well, not since I was a kid, but in actuality, in 2003, I got pulled over for a traffic, and then they said, "Oh, you have a violation of probation," and I got arrested, and that was from the DUI when I was a kid. That the
failure to appear.
Well, down in the Keys, it's the Salvation Army that does that. So, long story short, when I moved to California, I came back in '94. I had trouble getting my license because they said that I didn't complete my community service and all that stuff, so I called them. And they had everything in a paper file, they just hadn't entered it in the computer. And so the failure to appear was the last month or whatever, and they just didn't enter it into the computer. So it was a snafu, but I was in the jail for 5 days while they were trying to figure it out. But I guess what I'm trying to tell you is I'm real anal about not drinking.
All right.
Not having
You made that mistake, you don't want to do it again.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Okay. Can you get you something to drink?
Yes, please. Water would be awesome.
Water? Okay. Well, give me a minute. We'll be right back, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.